Hi, my beautiful Capricorns. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. Just smudging, shuffling, getting in the zone, getting ready to do your May 2019 tarot readings. I've been gone, but I'm back. So thank you for sticking with me, guys. For those that are returning to the channel, thank you so much for your support. Seriously, your positive energy, checking in on me. You know, I appreciate you guys. For those that book personal readings with me, thank you for all the positive energy you sent me after your reading. I did feel it. Trust and believe me, I did. So thank you. You didn't have to. I love you guys, seriously. For those that are new, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to do that. I do smoke pot, but it's not the nature of this, okay? So feel free to smoke with me, but if not, not to worry. Okay. I'm going to do all my shout outs, special announcements, everything at the end. And just because it's been kind of messing with the way I'm able to get into my messages. So I'll just do it at the end, but I did want to share something cool with you guys about what my mom's doing and see if you guys would want to support. I don't know, she's just an overachiever. She's amazing, but I'll talk to you guys about it at the end. And yeah, I think we can get into prayer. I'm using 2 new tarot decks for you guys. I'll be using 3. I'm using the Fountain Tarot deck, which I just got, the new Air Elements Tarot, as well as the Shaman Oracle. Amazing decks. The Fountain Tarot and the Shamans I literally just got, so I'm super inspired by them. You guys know how I get when I get new decks. I get all inspired and my analogies, all metaphors, all associate with them. But anyway, so yeah. Let's see what's going on with Capricorns for the month of May, from now until the end of May. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, thank you for your unconditional love and guidance, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, I ask you to allow me to communicate with the sign of Capricorn, the collective of Capricorn, in order to deliver them the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels, for your unconditional love and guidance, your support and protection. We are nothing without it. We are nothing without you. Amen. Absolutely. All right, guys, feeling good about that. Give this. Three. Four. All right, your overall energy, guys, for the month of May. 3 of Wands. What are you guys waiting for? You guys are either waiting or preparing for something that you're about to wait for. You're either in preparation stages, so doing whatever it is that you can, and then having to require to wait for the rest, either the participation of someone else, the input of someone else, the investment of someone. You're waiting for something to come in. But it's almost surefire only because of the efforts and the steps that you took, and the preparation, the process that you were involved in thus far. That's why I asked you, what is it that you guys are waiting for? Or what is it that you guys are in preparation for? Okay. The first card out is the 4 of, so let's take this overall energy and put it to a side for a second, okay? Your first card out, so the energy is like literally closest to you other than the center of the spread, is the 4 of Swords. So a lot of my Capricorns are in the sense of, maybe there was a time of, I'm getting that some of my Capricorns are coming out of an argumentative time or a time of conflict. Possibility of heartbreak, whether that an ending occurred or not. This is having to heal from the wounds of that conflict. Okay, so some of my Capricorns absolutely did experience conflict, and they're licking their wounds. Not just are you licking your wounds and healing from the conflict, like the broken heart, the things, the harsh words, communication that was expressed. This is also reflecting on it. Okay? This is, you're reflecting on it in order to go into battle again, or in order to deal with negative energies again, a little bit more prepared. Okay. So I'm seeing some conflict. The world. So successful completion. Some of my Capricorns could be in a state where they're trying to figure out how to successfully complete either relationship or the conflict in a relationship. You know, the Empress, trying to figure out how to make it abundant again, or how to, how to make something abundant again, or how to reclaim abundance in a new way. One that might be a little less painful than what you've experienced. Some of my Capricorns might have been looking at something that was abundant and now looking to successfully complete it, only to embark in a new sense of abundance or something else that seems more bountiful. With the Empress, I'm getting here for a small group of you, for those that have been going, for a small group of women that have been going through an in vitro fertilization process and had failed, and you try again, it works with the Empress being indicative of a pregnant woman. So, I don't know, that was just a small message there for those that are, I mean, I'll leave that message at that. So yeah, let's keep going. The fourth card out, 9 of Swords under the 4 of Swords. In the middle of the spread is the Queen of Coins. Wow, and this deck is new, but it's not that new. The King of Coins right beside the Queen of Coins. The 6 of Swords. So right away I see a row of swords. 4 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 6 of Swords. So right off the hop, I see the next 3 months or 3 weeks. Each of these weeks, from a mental perspective, Capricorn going from healing over heartbreak, thinking, maybe an ending has occurred, right? And then from a cerebral perspective, going into the next week or month, being stressed, worried. And then from a cerebral perspective, moving into a better space. So again, this is trying to figure out how to successfully complete something and stressed about how to do it. Wow, then you have the Ace of Cups. And then you have the 9 of Coins. Wow. Wow. It's so much. I don't even know how to break this down. Oh, maybe somebody's waiting for them to come towards them. For some of you, your person is on the way and you don't even know it, and neither do they. There's somebody waiting, and they're waiting for their ship to come in, but what's on the ship? It's not something, it's someone. Some of you are waiting for somebody to travel towards you. Some of you are traveling towards somebody and somebody's waiting for you. Some of you don't, you're waiting for somebody and you don't even know that they're actually on the way. And neither do they know that there's you waiting on the dock. There's instincts and intuition driving these people. There's a successful completion that occurred, okay, with both individuals. And both of them decided to either wait or move towards abundance. And that's exactly what they get in each other, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I definitely see there's the 2 travel cards are definitely on the board. With the World and the 6 of Swords, that is plane, train, or automobile travel, no doubt. Some of you are worried about losing a provider, or someone is worried about you moving away from them and then you not providing for them financially or from a material perspective in a way that they're accustomed or used to you providing, or you're used to being provided for. Someone's moving. There is a divine partnership here, and they're either coming together in union or they're separating. I don't, but it's crazy because with the 4 of Swords, somebody is leaving. Somebody is moving into a new space. Some of my Capricorns really came from some tough shit and are completely changing their life in some form or fashion, either the way they look, where they live, what they're doing. There's a significant change. There's a successful completion, and Capricorn marks that with a very big change. Some of you might not even notice it, but when I say big change, you'll be like, oh, I made that big change. And then it's like, okay, if you didn't know what prompted that huge change in your exterior, then it's because you're unaware of what the internal change that prompted that. And it's like, I think it's like that, like past shit that you pretty much are healing from. Some of my Capricorns are quite stressed surrounding, I'm seeing a couple that competes with each other. I'm seeing a very materialistic couple. A couple that both people are equally abundant financially, but they use that as a way to dominate each other or to battle each other's egos, or that's what kind of, it's not good. For some of you, that's not good energy. It's, I don't know why it would be that way. It's like both people are abundant. Why? It's like egos. I see egos between a couple causing some stress. Now, for some of you, it is, some of you are stressed that, like I said, your provider is going to leave to pursue something. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be something. I think there's a sense of unknown, but we'll get clarification. But for some of my Capricorns, you made a plan to travel somewhere, but you kind of put it on hold because of how you believed it would negatively impact your relationship, and making the decision to do it anyway out of self-love. Because I don't know if the fears around you doing whatever it was that you were planning to do, that you will actually in fact execute, but the fears in the hesitation, I don't know how warranted they are by this other person, your counterpart. Okay. The Fountain showed up. The Fountain is a special card in this deck. Anyway, let's go into clarification. I got a few, I shouldn't actually, it's like my old words. They're gonna come on me talking about, oh, you shouldn't have worn like, anyway, I'm mumbling to myself because I'm tired. I've been reading all day. But I felt like I wanted to get you guys out. So we've got the Moon and Happiness. Yeah. The Moon and Happiness. So this is fears around pursuing what it is you truly want. These are also childhood fears being brought up by current experience. This is also fears associated with going forward with what truly makes you happy, which I may have said. So for some of you that are in a relationship that are feeling a little bit stressed about, some of you are getting pressure from a partner to not do something that it is you want to do and that you think is destined for you to do and will make you as an individual more abundant. And I don't know if your partner is being super supportive of that. And I see a lot of my Capricorns deciding to do it regardless, because I think a lot of my Capricorns say, I don't stop you from getting your abundance and doing what's in your best interest. If anything, I support you. So it's unfortunate I'm not getting the support back, but it's not going to stop me from actually doing it. So that's a bit of the energies that I'm seeing for some of my Capricorns. Not necessarily getting the support, but moving forward regardless, because it's like, I'm not going to have you stop me from getting something that's going to get me to be as abundant as you. Because I think the person who is giving you this kind of energy is not somebody who isn't abundant, who doesn't want you to rise. It's somebody who is abundant, who doesn't want you to be as abundant as them, if that makes any sense. In their mind, you can't even surpass their abundance. There's a bit of narcissistic energy with a counterpart here. Somebody who's a bit more financially abundant than you, or maybe that you rely upon, but now there's an opportunity for you to really gain some material success on your own or recognition. And I don't think the person who's providing for you or your counterpart is super stoked about that. Yeah, there's a certain level of abundance. Again, like a new abundant opportunity is coming into Capricorn. Just you as a person, whether you're in a relationship or not, as a single individual person, you are increasing your material wealth and abundance and exterior status, third world status, like 3D status, sorry, right? A lot of you are increasing that, and I don't know if you're getting the support that you should be getting out of somebody who you're that close to. I think you might be a bit shocked or confused. Yeah, and as soon as I said confused, I got illusions. Confused as to why your counterpart isn't supporting you the way you have, or that they say they would, or something along those lines. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic counterpart. It could be somebody from your nucleus family, though. And then I'm getting Judgment, which clarifies the Six of Swords, making a judgment, a final judgment to move away from something. And if it is to go back to something, it's somewhere you haven't been in a very, very long time. When you get there, people are going to be like, oh my God, are you alive? It's like you rose from the dead. Judgment. It's either a resurrection of you or someone else, or this is a final decision. Either way, that's very fitting to the Six of Swords, part of the travel that you're going to make, the movement that's going to take place, right? Further clarification for this Ace of Cups and this Nine of Coins. Exploration, again, deciding to go ahead and explore and do some things. This exploration, again, more travel for Capricorn. Choosing to go and embark on an experience on your own, whether you're in a relationship or not. This is a passion. This is something you've wanted to do. This is something that's going to make you very happy. This is something that you would ideally want people to support you with, even if it didn't necessarily include them. It's almost like if you love me, you would want me to do something that's so great, something that I've wanted to do so much, something that's actually going to benefit me and make me abundant. And I think the problem is that it's going to cause a certain level of grief for the other person because there's a codependency here. And I think if you're getting a negative reaction out of somebody over your abundance, it's maybe because you're relinquishing some of the codependency, and that is causing some discord. Again, the Three of Cups before the Four of Swords. It's like healing. Some of you have already experienced this before. It's like already thinking you healed from something only to be readdressed with it again, because I think you're needing to take a different look. I think maybe you wanted to do this or plan something before, or had some dreams before, and maybe they were shot down and your heart was broken, and then you didn't lose sight of certain things, but you did stress over maybe the negative energy you were getting from wanting to do something that only made you abundant, or, stressing from the lack of support you were getting from the people you hoped would, really help you during a time you're excited about, or support you at the very least, or be happy for you at the very least. It's like, fuck that, I'm going forward regardless. That is probably the lesson that you were supposed to gain out of this. Is to just that whole, fuck it, I'm going to love myself regardless. That's the Ace of Cups. That kind of love makes your love alkaline. The water, their emotions, you alkaline. Which means you're more nourishing for the people that you interact with. Some of you, loving yourself is coming out of a third-party situation, making a final decision to either leave a codependent relationship. So if it was a third-party situation, the person who was orchestrating the third party was financially controlling the people, or financially using finances as a way to orchestrate this third party, or as a way to justify it, or as a way to control the people involved. And you, Capricorn, deciding that, because you're in the middle of your spread with the Queen of Coins, you deciding that you could be bad all by yourself. Like, you could be a shit show all by yourself. You're actually quite abundant. Whatever financial controls this person had, with the Empress again, with these financial controls that this person had are no longer necessary. Why? Because you're increasing your own abundance, which is probably why this person wasn't supportive in the first place, because they knew the more you gained your own financial abundance, the less controls they would have over you, because that's the kind of control they had on you in the first place. And I'm not seeing a lot of emotions except for this Ace, which is the love you end up having for yourself. So it's like really acknowledging if the bond you have with someone is more material, or is it more higher elevation or a higher vibration, more spiritual, more, more a mix of emotion and intellect, kind of vibration, right? We have the Empress twice. Some of my Capricorns are absolutely pregnant. Congratulations. Some of you, it's your fourth kid. Some of you, yeah. Some of you are going to be having a truce with the father of your kids. Meaning, like, you're going to balance things out. For some of you, some of my Capricorns are gaining some of my Capricorns are going to keep this a secret from their partner, because they already know their partner isn't going to be supportive. They already know that their partner is going to be threatened by the level of stability or finance that's coming in. It's going to change the dynamic, and you're keeping it a secret because there's no point in telling them when you know you're not going to get the support anyway. That might be the best thing because, you know, can I get a clarification for this Nine of Swords? Yeah, it's stress about knowing that there's probably an ending that needs to occur with somebody, because with the Wheel of Fortune and the World, those are two successful completions, you know, and the World just verifies that this Wheel of Fortune is a successful the successful completion of a karmic cycle that you're able to move forward from and embark in a new one that's more gratifying, one that is less scarcity, poverty conscious, and one that's a lot more abundant, with the Queen of Coins, the Nine of Coins, and the Empress twice, King of Coins as well, super abundant, right? But there's emotional fulfillment here, and there's, yeah. Some of you will have a conversation with this counterpart because they might not know. Oh no. Yeah, I said some of you are going to have a conversation with this counterpart and it's an ending. Some of you are going to end this because it's betrayal. It feels like betrayal. There's betrayal. Yeah, I've been getting it for a lot of the signs. Deciding to embark in a new path. Some of you are going to decide to embark in a new path, but for some of you, I feel like it's you two deciding to no longer go your separate ways, but to have a discussion, like I said, this truce. Because I feel like that one of these, whatever counterpart is, whoever's being the king, it might not be aware of his codependent ways. So when you express the lack of support you're getting and come to this point and kind of bring this to light, it's 50-50 how this king's going to react, regardless of male or female. This is the provider and the one that has more material, but it's like somebody's upping their material gain and are either going to join forces or ego will get involved and it'll be a destructive ending. Either way, the new karmic cycle is abundance. Like there's abundance to be had, which is going to bring in a new cycle, which will have its own challenges and trials and tribulations, I'm sure. But wow, the abundance here, it's a change in spiritual and material status. It's ascension, essentially, happening here, coming in. But an opportunity to see your ascension actually play out in the material, which is very exciting, right? A lot of the time when is it going to happen? What is it going to happen? Well, you're about to find out. But it's because, and you're about to find out with swiftness. Okay, yeah, with quickness. That's fast-moving communication and downloads, external and internal, emotional possibly in nature. Again, Capricorns might be exchanging how they feel with somebody, like emotional exchange with somebody. Because for the longest, I think it's been quite material or surface or maybe even superficial. There hasn't been a lot of maybe depth, spiritual or emotional depth within the communication between these two people. But that all changes when this queen becomes independent within the relationship. Now, for my singles, this is you embarking in this new relationship with this equally abundant person when you're already at this stage. So you're already at the queen, you're single, and you bring in your counterpart, and the abundance comes in when you two join. Could be even possibly getting pregnant, having children. It's a soulmate situation regardless. So there's a lot of ways we can look at it, right? But it's good. It's ebb and flow. It's self-love energy, Capricorn, which there's nothing but reward. This self-love is good for whoever's involved, right? Now we're going to pull from the romance. Actually, no, the romance we'll do last. Let's pull from the Shamanic tarot. My Capricorns for May. What messages for the greatest good will resonate with them for the month of May? Give her one more and see. Spirit of Love and Shaman of Courage. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to read these ones directly from the book, guys. Okay? Well. Okay. The Shaman of Courage. There he is. Okay. I am the Shaman of Courage. Whenever and wherever you need me, I will be there to help you discover the resources that lie within you, resources that you may not know you possess. I am there to support you in times of need, when challenges become overwhelming, when strength is required to make even an inch of progress along the way. I journey into fear and at its heart find courage to overwhelm it. The courage I impart to you and will guide and protect you if ever you are in danger. Courage is one of the fundamental resources of life, and without it, we come to a standstill physically and mentally. Often it takes great fortitude for us to travel towards our goal. For inevitability, we will encounter hardships along the way. Yet we can all summon up from deep inside ourselves the courage we need, however much we may doubt it. While this is most true of those who find themselves in extremes of stress, conflict, or danger, it's also true of those who face a purely inward challenge. The Shaman of Courage knows where we can find the inner resources we never knew we had. Finding the courage to advance, understanding loss of power, recovering lost strengths, facing dangers, maintaining calm, and transforming fear into power. This deck, what inspired me is the ancestors, right? This deck, these images are all ancient images, cave drawings from around the world. The energy just off of the copies of the images run really, really strong. So it's like, I hope that resonates, that message resonates. I felt that, okay? Now, Spirit of Love, which is a perfect way to go into the romance angels. Okay. I am the Spirit of Love. I surround you at every moment of your life and touch every aspect of your being. I can guide you, transform you, turn your life upside down. I permeate everything around you, and I enable you to relate more positively to the life you live, to those who share it with you, and to the greater forces with which you interact. I am abstract and personal, distant and direct. My power is everywhere and transcends everything it touches. Love has evolved through countless forms of expression down the ages, yet at its heart there is something timeless and universal. The heart knows its own wisdom and often bewilders us with its sudden change of direction. The Spirit of Love helps us to understand one of the most vital energies that drives our world. Represented here as an abstract figure, the Spirit opens its arms in an all-encompassing embrace. In the same way, we should allow our own love to flow passionately and without censor or discrimination. Only through loving deeply we will be loved in return. Love is in every aspect, human and divine, transformation, reversal, betrayal, enlightenment, warmth, courage, belief, transcendence, longing, and fulfillment. Okay. All right, now let's go into the romance angel and see what's going on with that. Beautiful reading, my Capricorns. Absolutely gorgeous reading for you guys, okay? Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments about how this may be resonating and how these full moons in the past, 40, 60 days, like these Libra full moons were intense, and would love to know how that's playing out and going into the summer equinox, how you're feeling. I mean, we're still in spring, but I love me some heat. I'm so pale. Clearly, I didn't go to Jamaica. Yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, I could have, but I have other things like I'm trying to do. Just a lot. I need to be smart. Anyway. Okay. Let's see what's going on, guys. For my Capricorns, let's see. For the romance angels, what's going on for the month of May until the end of June for my Capricorns. What's the verdict? What's the word? What's the verdict? What's the word? What's going on for my Capricorns? What's going on for my Capricorns? Trust. Stop that. Trust. This situation's calling for you to have faith. It could be having faith that this person will support you more than you think. For those that are keeping certain abundance, certain opportunities that are coming towards them a secret from their partner because they might be confused about how, or disillusioned about how they think they'll react. Honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Guys, I can't express how much travel I see, how many cards indicate travel, like plane, train, automobile travel, moving, like actually like moving somewhere, like your home, like it's a lot of exploration, travel, movement happening. Change in atmosphere, change in environment, change in climate, shit. Like it's just a lot of change to be had, a lot of movement, and then having to navigate how that affects the people around you, or how you are going to be impacted by all the movement or travel that's being experienced in the relationships closest to your nuclear family, or even in career, nucleus family, or even in career. Can I get further clarification from the romance angel cards for my Cappies? Calling in your soulmate, your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. This is staying positive. For those of you that are healing because you broke up with someone, okay? Sorry, not broke up. Healing over some heartbreak experience. Guys, this heartbreak doesn't always have to be betrayal. I don't have any cards of betrayal here. This heartbreak could be due to misunderstandings. This heartbreak could be due to differences in wants, dreams. This could be heartbreak due to your own personal, just, you know, purging and self-doubt and deprivating thoughts. Like, you know, but there's needing to trust that you'll be able to reconcile if you feel like you reacted or moved. This grief caused you to, like, if you came out of this Four of Swords too soon and you didn't temper out this grief, it might have made you push people away, and an opportunity for you to reconcile if you're open about what it is that was hurting you. Because that's how you establish trust with people. You know, being honest about the good, the bad, the ugly, right? What else for my Cappies with regards to love? Free yourself. Some of you with the 10 here are absolutely freeing yourself from an imbalanced, superficial, materialistic relationship. It's materialistic and it's superficial in the sense of its surface. All that matters and all that keeps that relationship together is money or outward perspective. Like when they're out and about, they're social, they're cool, and then they go home or in the car and they don't speak a word to each other. It's like, it's surfacey. It's weird. Or if they do talk, they're only talking about each other's like abundance or like superficial. Again, give your relationship a chance. So there's different, I'm reading for different groups of you, right? And children, your love life is being affected by children. Why? Because some of you are absolutely pregnant. The 9 of Coins is reflective of, is a pre-Empress card. The Empress is always indicated as a pregnant woman, or usually is, and you have the Empress twice. Yeah, you have the Empress twice. So some of you are absolutely going to find out that you're pregnant, because that's what I'm getting. I'm getting somebody who's going to just find out, and because of this Nine of Cups here, just find out. And as you can see, she can still hide it under her clothes. So just finds out, and that's going to impact. But don't get all negative about how you think that person's going to react. Maybe you might be looking at this person thinking they're superficial, or this relationship is surface. How are they going to feel if they find out I'm pregnant? You know, don't do anything harsh or rash. Be honest. You know, be very honest. And do what you believe is right. Okay? And forgiving and learning. For some of you, that just is what it is. It's forgiving and learning, and as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present memories. If you're in a relationship, it's like, do not assume, like that's how you perpetuate the past, is just assuming that each other is going to respond just the way they did last time, or do what they just did just the last time. And if that's the case, then there is no forgiving and learning happening. You're just perpetuating at that point, which a lot of you are absolutely going to move away from in order and successfully complete. A lot of you are going to successfully complete a negative cycle with somebody, whether you leave them or stay with them, which is amazing, regardless of how you look at that. And some of you are just waiting on and looking inward on how to figure out how to do that. Now, I do want to read the Fountain card because I've seen it, and I know that's a special card. There's only one of them in that deck, so I feel like I should read that to you guys, but I don't want my new cards all up on the floor. Like, okay, the Fountain. Oh, this is in the book. Yeah. What about the card? No. Oh, the Fountain card. Okay. Our interconnectedness on this planet has never been more clear. Technology has given us near limited access to knowledge, more than we could possibly comprehend. It has illuminated the interweaving and singular consciousness that sages, witches, and shamans have embodied for thousands of years. The Fountain card in this external context beyond human experience, in which anything and everything can happen. Through tarot, could not have anticipated this. This isn't the meaning of this card. Sorry. Is it? No, there's another meaning. Sorry, guys. Sorry. There. Sorry, there it is. Sorry. I'm back. The Fountain exists outside and beyond the cycles of birth, death, time, and form. It is the nameless, changeless source of which everything is a part. It is the waking from the dream of separateness and identity, and the recognition of oneself as not only connected to all things, but all things, divine nature. When the fountain appears in your reading, relinquish all illusions of control and remain quiet. It invites you to observe, master less, and to just be, effortless and indistinguishable from life. You are the voice and the breath of the universes, meaning oneness, a moment of cosmic clarity, fully awake, the end of seeking, enlightened being, surrendered to that which you are, whole and perfect. Reversal, identification of a role or personality, fear of being alone, mind obsessed, separation from source, resistant to or denial of reality. Okay. Yeah, guys, that's your reading. Anyways, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and let me know if this resonates with you in the comments. Please engage me, and thank you for your continued support of the channel. I love each and every single one of you. Continue to let your inner angels live. Until the next time I see you. Ciao.